What if being smart isn't about IQ at all? What if the key to success in love and work and life isn't knowing more, but feeling more? Hi, this is Peter, and welcome back to Books for Thoughts, where we share stories and ideas that help us understand ourselves and each other just a little better. This week, we've been exploring why people seem so difficult to understand, and today's book takes us straight into the heart of that mystery. Because sometimes the hardest thing isn't dealing with others, it's understanding our own emotions first. This is Emotional Intelligence 2.0 by Travis Bradberry and Jean Greaves. Most of us were raised to believe intelligence was fixed, that grades, test scores, or degrees measured how capable we were. But here's the surprising truth. IQ only accounts for a small fraction of success in life. The real difference comes from something far quieter: emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the ability to notice what you're feeling, understand it, and then use that awareness to guide how you respond. It's the difference between reacting and responding, between snapping at someone because you're stressed and pausing long enough to realize it's not about them, it's about you. The book breaks emotional intelligence into four key skills. Two are about yourself and two are about others. First is self-awareness, the ability to catch your emotions in the moment. Noticing, I'm anxious right now, or I'm getting defensive. It sounds simple, but most of us speed past our feelings without ever really naming them. The second is self-management. This is where awareness turns into choice. It's not about suppressing your emotions, but guiding them, like slowing down your words when you're angry or choosing to take a breath before sending that email. Then comes social awareness, tuning in to the feelings of others. It's listening not just to words, but to tone, body language, the pauses between sentences, and finally, relationship management. This is the ability to use empathy and communication to build trust, resolve conflict, and strengthen bonds over time. Think of it as a circle: understand yourself, manage yourself, understand others, connect with others. Miss one step, and the whole circle feels incomplete. Here's the thing: emotional intelligence isn't a soft skill, it's a life skill. High emotional intelligence leads to stronger relationships, greater resilience, and even better health. It's the glue that makes teams work, and the calm that helps leaders lead. And the beauty is, unlike IQ, emotional intelligence isn't fixed. It can be learned, practiced, and strengthened at any stage of life. You can become more self-aware tomorrow than you are today. You can learn to manage your impulses more gracefully. You can train yourself to notice when someone else is holding back tears even if they're smiling. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being present. So how do you start? With the first step, self-awareness. Try this the next time you feel irritated. Instead of asking, what's wrong with them? Ask, what's happening inside me? Give the emotion a name. I'm frustrated. I feel overlooked. I'm afraid this won't work out. When you name a feeling, you take away some of its power. You stop being controlled by it and you start working with it. Awareness opens the door to choice, and choice is the beginning of freedom. Once you can notice what you're feeling, the next step is asking, what will I do with this? This is self-management. It's not about pretending you don't feel things. It's about slowing down enough to let the emotion pass through you before it takes control. Think of it like driving in the rain. The storm is real, but you're the one holding the wheel. You might be tempted to lash out, to hit send, to raise your voice. But if you pause, breathe, and let your rational mind catch up, you often find a calmer, wiser choice waiting underneath. Self-management is the difference between being a prisoner of your moods and being the kind of person who responds with intention. The third skill is social awareness, and at its heart is empathy. Empathy doesn't mean fixing people. It doesn't mean agreeing with them. It means tuning in. Sitting beside someone in their frustration or their joy and saying with your presence, I hear you, I see you. Sometimes it's eye contact. Sometimes it's the silence that says, you don't have to explain. I understand. Most of us are so caught up, waiting for our turn to speak, that we miss the chance to really listen. Social awareness is about listening with your whole body and giving people the gift of feeling understood. The final skill is relationship management. And here's the truth. Relationships don't thrive on grand gestures. They grow in the small, consistent moments. It's the colleague who checks in without an agenda, the friend who remembers what you said last week, the partner who chooses patience instead of scoring a point in an argument. Relationship management is where self-awareness, self-control, and empathy all come together. It's knowing when to step back and when to lean in, when to speak truth, and when to simply hold space. And the more you practice, the more natural it becomes. The most important thing to remember is that emotional intelligence is not a finish line. It's a practice. It happens in the pause before a reply, in the choice to forgive instead of holding on, in the effort to see the world through someone else's eyes. No app can teach you this. No test score can measure it fully. It's built in the messy, everyday moments of life, at work, at home, in conversations that don't go the way you planned. And it's worth it because emotional intelligence makes every part of life richer. It makes success more sustainable. It makes love more real. It makes struggle more bearable, not by erasing emotions, but by honoring them and learning how to carry them well. So the next time you feel a wave of emotion rising, pause, name it, notice it, and then ask yourself, what's the wisest choice I can make right now? That one pause can change the entire story. If this reflection spoke to you, I encourage you to grab a copy of Emotional Intelligence 2.0 by Travis Bradberry and Jean Greaves and practice these ideas in your own life. And if you enjoy conversations like this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Books for Thoughts, where we share 10-minute breakdowns that guide you back to the skills that truly matter. Until next time, stay present, stay open, and remember, the smartest mind is the one that knows the language of the heart.